So I want to introduce our commencement speaker to you now, Courtney Jones. Courtney Jones is the founder and president of MomSource Network. She started MomSource Network in 2013. Courtney founded the network, which is an online community for professional moms that offers continuing education, virtual networking, and a gateway to progressive employers who offer flexible employment options. Her Tennessee-based startup has been featured in Working Mother magazine, Bloomberg News, and Courtney has been a regular speaker at various conferences and universities on work-life balance, flexible employment, and gender diversity. Courtney's passion for her local community is evident through her board service with the Girl Scouts, the Southern Appalachia, Club LeConte, and United Way. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Courtney Jones.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you guys for having me. And I did say that I thought that it must have been slim pickings for them to choose me to come talk to you tonight. So first I want to just take a minute to recognize this moment in your lives. You've already done something that very few people will have an opportunity to do. So I just want to congratulate you initially on your graduation and give you another round of applause. So when I got the call, the opportunity to come talk to you, I thought two things. One, I was a little surprised because my startup, MomSource Network, is only 3 years old. So some of you guys have been in your business for a year or longer. So in many cases, I'm in the trenches right there with you, learning the same things that you are. The other reason I was a little surprised is commencement speakers are supposed to be old white guys, and I'm neither of them. So I was a little bit surprised by that as well. But I really tried to put some thought into what I could tell you, because the truth is I don't have a success story yet. I'm still trying to build my business. I'm still trying to learn all those things that you've been learning about product market fit, about scalability, about investors and financing, and all of those things are questions that I still have probably like you do. And I could probably learn from some of you guys, and maybe you want to tutor me after you graduate, I'd appreciate that too. But I did try to think of what do I wish that I knew when I was your age. And so I just tried to think about what those couple things might be. Made a couple of notes, and so I would say, number one, about being entrepreneurial. So when I look back now and I think about when I was your age, I think I have always been entrepreneurial. I just didn't realize it at the time. So you guys are already figuring that out. I think I recognize that I was different, and my parents and teachers probably would have called me talkative or a passionate child. They would have said that I was somebody who was likely to challenge the process. I just have always found myself asking questions like, why do we do things this way? And is there a better way? Or help me understand why. So like the answers that you get to questions when you're a young person are often like, you know, it's just because, or it's always been that way. I don't know why it's like that. And those were things that always bothered me. Like, why are they always like that? I'm leaving for the West Coast tomorrow, and one thing that I still wrestle with, I'll see if you should figure this out next, is why, when we're traveling on an airplane, do we pay to check bags and we get carry-on bags for free? Because if we wanted to make it faster to get through TSA, if we wanted all of those concerns to be lessened, what we would do is we would charge outrageous fees for you to check your bag, so I don't have to stand there while you smash the roller bag in, and we make it affordable to check bags. That seems really obvious to me. So you guys are welcome to take that idea and fix TSA. But those are things that I've kind of always thought about, right? It's like, why is it like that? Isn't there something that we can do better? And so what I know now about being entrepreneurial is it's not a business. It's not the business that you started during this program or the next 2 or 3 that you'll start. It's part of who you are. There are some of us who are just like that, who are the type of people who are going to ask questions, who are always going to be interested in solving problems, however simple and or complex, and it's not tied to any one venture. So I'll tell you a little bit more about kind of my genesis of MomSource. I have a great mentor and have for years, and when I was graduating college, a little bit older than you guys, I knew that I wanted to start a business, but I wasn't exactly sure what. So just to kind of run through with you guys a few of my ideas, which I think are still good, but maybe not as good as they could be, is, I wanted to have a hot dog cart. Thought that would be a great idea. Now there's all sorts of hot dog restaurants. It was a big idea at the time. I think that you should be able to have a food truck, only a food boat. So when I'm out on the water, somebody will just deliver me a turkey and Swiss sandwich. See? Joshua, you like that idea? I saw it. The other idea I had was some of the products called shoesies, where you would take these little nylons and slip them over your pumps, girls, so that you could have black shoes or pink shoes or yellow shoes, but you'd only pay $3 for the nylon. I'd already branded that shoesies. So these are all ideas that I had, and that I went through some part of the process that you guys went through to vet that concept and decide if it was a good one, and to understand what it would cost me to start it, to understand how far I could get it. And none of those were the right idea at the right time. I think some of them are good ideas, some of them maybe not good ideas. It was really about finding that combination. But I think that's what entrepreneurial is. And so even if you're in between ventures, you haven't decided what that one great idea is or what the thing you're going to do next is going to be, just know that if that's part of who you are, you're always looking for those opportunities. And so just be open to receiving them wherever they come. So that's one thing I wish I knew, is what it means to be entrepreneurial. The second thing I would say is about vision. So when you are taking your idea and your concept, the vision can only be yours, right? You're the only one who knows what that problem is and what your vision is to solve the problem. So know that that really is your job as the entrepreneur, is to be the visionary. But after that, do everything you possibly can to humble yourself to the great advice of others. So I know where I want my business to go, but many of the things that I need to know to get us there, I have no idea about. So I'm really lucky, and I encourage you to be really thoughtful about choosing sponsors, mentors, and supporters who have kind of that complementary skill set, who will give you real feedback, who have an expertise that you don't, and you stay true to your vision, and then take their expertise and use that to further your business. I would say I have been in awe, even here in Tennessee, especially in Knoxville, that almost anybody I invite to a coffee will have a coffee with me, or a diet soda, bottle of water, whatever. But almost anybody I want to know, and I'll say, like, hey, I'd love to tell you about what I'm doing, and I just want to pick your brain, just want to get some ideas. And people are always willing to do that. So I would really encourage you to think about that and think big. Think about asking people who you think would not have the time or would not be interested in talking with you, because you will surprise yourself when you start those conversations how many incredible people right here at home are willing to do that for you. And then when they do it, please remember to say thank you. I think that gratitude is so important. To make sure that you recognize that you're only one person, it's your company, it's your vision, but there's no way that you can do it by yourself. So ask those people for help, and then be grateful when you receive it. So that's the second thing I would say was about vision. And then lastly, just to tie back to being entrepreneurial, I think what I would want you to know is being an entrepreneur does make you different. You're special. You look at the world through a lens that not everybody does. And that is unique, and that's something that only you can own. But it is really, really hard sometimes. I find that I have to almost remind myself on the weekly, sometimes on the daily basis, to be resilient and to keep getting up, because when you're solving a problem that nobody else has solved, there aren't a lot of resources for you to draw on. If somebody knew the answer, then you wouldn't be needed to solve the problem, right? I mean, I think that seems really obvious, but when you're really in the trenches growing your business, I think you will find times where it's really difficult, and you might even find yourself wondering if you want to continue forward. And I would really tell you, keep going. You just have to keep going. That's what I tell myself, anyways. And I believe that you're going to get there, right? So just know that you have those tools and resources that you can draw on and keep going. So I'll just kind of end with this, and that's that if what you were doing was easy, then everyone would do it. But it's not easy, it's hard, and you're not everyone, you're somebody very special, and you're an entrepreneur. So congratulations, and we'd love to see what you guys do next. Thank you for having me. Oh, Lord.
So what's special about MomSource Network?
Yeah, we're the only community that supports women through their transition to find work-life blend. We have a couple of unique things, and that's an online training component, a virtual networking component, and a gateway to progressive employers.
So this is really not just about a staffing agency for women.
Absolutely not.
This is about a community.
Yeah, we would never want to be considered a staffing agency. We think what we're doing is revolutionary in terms of building a network for educated professional moms and providing the tools and resources that they need to be able to be successful.
So give me an idea of a mom or a female professional that would decide that they needed MomSource Network. What would she look like?
Yeah, there's 82 million women in the United States. 37 million of those women will become moms. The large majority of those will take a career break. So any woman who takes a 2 to 3 year career break will sacrifice 30% of her lifetime earnings. So any college educated professional mom who's taking a career break needs MomSource Network. We can help her fill that gap with professional development. We can provide her validation from her peer group, understanding people have been through the same thing, and we can provide her access to progressive organizations who can give her opportunities to thrive in that kind of down period in her career.
See why I'm so excited about Courtney Jones? Let me say one other thing. She's being modest. So how many offices and networks do you have built right now?
We have about 4,000 members in our network. We have physical presence in Knoxville, Chattanooga, Nashville, Atlanta, Tampa, St. Louis, and Missoula.
Missoula.
Yeah, Missoula, Montana.
Just wherever anybody's willing to be a part of the MomSource Network.
Well, we're a people-first organization, so we find a great woman who wants to contribute to growing the business and building the brand, and we onboard her as quickly as we can. Thank you.